So it's been a minute since I've been on the vlogging train, but I think I'm back. I have a thought for leading up to this production and how I can hopefully give viewers a little bit of an inside look into the sort of production of a show. I am 12 weeks out from Kristen Damrow and Company's next production. We are having our next home season entitled Impact at the Yerba Buena Center for the Arts. I'm super excited for it. There is a lot to do in 12 weeks. Let me give you a little snippet about the show to kind of catch you up with what is all happening. So Impact is a dance piece that is inspired by brutalist architecture and also the egalitarian philosophy behind why these buildings were built. Many of them are transit centers, many of them are libraries, theaters, public welfare buildings, civic centers. These buildings were built to bring communities together. So that's what this larger work is about, in addition to all the really cool brutalist architecture and how that has been inspiring the movement. So we've arrived here at 12 weeks leading up to the production. A really quick snapshot into where we are. We have done a photo shoot with RJ Muna at the OAKLAND Museum for all of our marketing photos. Rita Parks has designed the costumes for the core company members. She is also working on the ensemble cast. Speaking of the ensemble cast, we had an audition of like 70 people for an ensemble cast, which was overwhelming and awesome. We've selected those members and we actually start rehearsing 2 times a week now with them this week. Erin Gold is also composing the music that's getting into its final stages and fine tuning. And so I'm hoping each week, since I have 12 weeks, I can kind of focus in on all the production elements of the show, and not to forget about budget and fundraising and all that I've done towards the project. So some will be digressing back to things that already happened, but I'm hoping that that can kind of give you into a window of how this all works, because it's a crazy ride leading into production and everything we have to do. So week 12, here we are. I made a handy list, because otherwise I forget. This week we're focusing on is our marketing material. So like I mentioned, we had a photo shoot with RJ Muna at the OAKLAND Museum. The OAKLAND Museum is a brutalist building. It is beautiful. We got to go in there on a day it was closed and shoot all of our marketing photos. So now I'm working with Rick, who is my web designer and my dude. And we're gonna talk a little bit later tonight about kind of our thought process behind the marketing, because it's so important to encapsulate the entire show and the meaning of the show when someone sees that photo and that image. So we're gonna jump into Rick and I talking about the poster design and marketing ideas. Oh, this is Rick, by the way. Rick and his mustache.
I don't always have a mustache.
Rick is working on editing all of the photos for our marketing launch, which is gonna be on MailChimp and Facebook and Instagram and all up in your faces until the end of January. So, Rick, do you wanna talk for a minute about how we arrived at our design?
Sure. Here, I'll show you. This is the poster. So I took RJ's photo and then I'm making that the king, obviously, since it's a great photo. The king being that this is the main focus. In the last poster, Eames, the whole poster was the story. It was the blobs with the colors, because the colors were in the piece. It was the chair, because that's the furniture of the show. And then the black and white photography. And for the Impact poster, the photo is the king, that's the main focus. And then the supporting role is going to be the logo, which for Impact is just the word. It's nothing terribly special. It was supposed to be monolithic.
It's monolithic. It's large and looming.
Yeah, but it's originally it was going to be like Impact, like this. So
with fingers?
Yeah, so it would be the whole entire poster, but didn't work out. This one's better. And then the other thing that's important about marketing with imagery is that there are repeatable themes. So like the Eames one, it was blobs. So every picture on Instagram either had a blob, it was either black and white, or it had the 3 primary colors. So that when you're flipping through Instagram, even if you get blasted every single day, like you'll skip it, but it's still top of mind. It's like a little memory thing. So for Impact,
we'll get in your brains.
Keep it in. So for Impact, there are a couple elements. There's the logo, there's these grid lines, and then there's the typography, and the type is like this mono-spaced typewriter-y type mixed with the monolithic impact type. Here's real heady. If you want to get into the design.
Here's how deep we get into our marketing plan with all of these productions.
I mean, everything lives in the same world. So the dance piece has elements of like strict, authoritarian structure, and then there are elements of trying to break free and being yourself, sort of coming together, breaking that pact. So in the poster, we have these grid lines that represent the same sort of thing. These in-line, these authoritarian, you must stay in the box. And then we have elements like Hien and the other artists who are going to be jumping out of the grid. And then there's also the logo itself that comes out of the grid. Mm-hmm. So all the same elements to tell the story for the show also is in the poster.
And also we can use these sort of design concepts on every single photo.
Yeah, every photo will have a grid line, every photo will have the logo, and every photo will have the artist represented jumping out of the grid line.
And I mean, all the marketing photos were shot at the same location, but they all have a different feel. But by including all of this, it just ties the entire marketing sense together.
Yeah, every photo will look like it lives in the same world. And then I get to go crazy on the program. I'm gonna go nuts.
So that sort of wraps up week 12. Rick and I are gonna finish this tonight. I'm actually gonna launch the first social media post, and we're gonna place these orders tomorrow, so things will get rolling with all that. Come back here next Friday. You will get to see what week 11 looks like. I'm really gonna focus on my collaboration with Alice Malia, who is the scenic designer, and we are gonna talk through how we kind of arrived at the scenic design that is gonna be placed in the forum come showtime. So come back for that. Adios.